Great.
Greetings, everyone. This is Payman, your host of the Leads Out podcast. Today, I have a back-to-back my dear friend, Mr. Trevor Gordon from the UK. We had a powerful, beautiful conversation, a few conversations already. And today, we just want to have no agenda, just free-flowing conversation, because that's how I roll. That's how we like it the most. And we just spent the last 20 minutes having a beautiful conversation. And that was a beautiful topic. And we agreed to continue on that. So before any of that, Trevor, my brother, welcome back to the show.
Payman, thank you so much for having me back. I mean, it's an absolute pleasure. Every time I come on with you, it's a pleasure. It is uplifting. I just thank you. You are the man. And I just, hope that you find the discourse that we have useful going forward.
Absolutely. That's why you're back. If it wasn't, you would not be back. Seriously, just being real, And so tell us, what would you like to talk about today? And if you want to continue the beautiful conversation we just had before.
It's been an interesting week, particularly as between this podcast and the last one, you put out podcast 1. So I've had a lot of feedback, and then I've had some stuff going on in my personal life. And a comment was made to me this week that I would just like to kind of share with you and articulate on.
Please.
The comment was made to me that good guys don't win. Yeah, good guys don't win, Trevor. You're a good guy, and good guys don't win, I've been a good guy for a while. I wasn't always a good guy. And I completely disagree with that comment. And the reason I disagree with that comment was I wasn't always a good guy. In the previous 2 podcasts, we spoke about my upbringing and where I came from. And I'm not ashamed of my past, because in terms of, I believe in triangulation of self, that in order to know where you're going, you have to have an understanding of your past that orientates your present. And I'm not ashamed of my past. My past made me. And so the comment that was made to me by a very close friend, that good guys don't win, sat with me. Because Payman, there was a time in my life I was not a good guy. I was a G. I was not a good guy. I let the system turn me into what they call a G, a gangster. And I did a lot of things that were not good. And I was tough, and I was hard, and I was mean. And I didn't care about people, I just cared about myself. And I realized that it was the upbringing and the way that society had treated me and the issues that I'd gone through that had made me that way. So when I get this friend turning around and saying good guys don't win, no, good guys do win. Bad people don't win. Bad guys don't win. Yeah. I don't know any of my G friends who won. I don't know any of them who won. You see, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you have a bad attitude, if you abuse people, if you go around being something that isn't a good person, it's going to catch up with you. It's always going to catch up with you. And I will never change the person that I am now, because this is the real me. Yeah, and I'm a good guy. And I have humility. And I treat people with respect. And I'm kind. And I'm caring. And I'm loving. But if you want to take all of that and think I'm a soft touch and abuse me, that ain't going to happen. Because there is still a G in me. And if necessary, that man will rise. I don't want to see that man rise. That man, I'm hoping, is dead. But at the end of the day, I won't let anybody abuse me. I won't let anybody use me. I won't let anybody put me down. I am a good man. I'm going to stay a good man. I'm not changing for anybody. I have a post out at the moment, and I just want to share it with you, Payman. And it's
Please.
The word is allodoxaphobia. Allodoxaphobia. Allodoxaphobia is a fear of people's opinions. It's a fear of people's opinions. And I have something that I posted now, which means I don't want yours. I don't want people's opinions of me because it's meaningless to me, particularly when it's coming from people who I look at who think they've achieved and haven't achieved, think they've done good and haven't done good. People who just want to judge me for the wrong reasons, for their own motives, for their own gains. People who put down on you, yeah, you've done nothing to them. People who all you've shown is love, and behind your back, they're not showing you love. So I just want to open by saying people should not take people's kindness for weakness. Yes, because if they think it's going to stop me from being kind, they're wrong. They're wrong. Because good guys win. I won. Just being through a situation, I won. I'm a winner.
Good guys with good intentions.
I've been where other people can't go. I've done what other people wish that they could have done. I'm a good guy and I'm a winner all the way. Thank you, Pat.
Pleasure's all mine. I would add just that good guys with good intentions win.
Amen. Absolutely. And I'm not going to let them change me. And I'm not going to let them turn me into what they think is a winner, which is in fact a loser. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going, bro. I'm going to keep punching away. I'm going to keep being Trevor. God's got my back. I don't know who else has got their back. I will stand on my rock. I will defend myself. And if anybody thinks I'm a weak touch, come find me.
Tough luck, yeah. The only person you need on your team is God. And once you have God on your team, the ultimate G,
that is the team.
Anyone else. Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I don't know if you can see it, brother. I'm getting goosebumps when I spoke those words, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
there is no other team. There is no other team, you know.
Yeah.
I mentioned to someone this week as well. I went to church on Sunday and their response was quite, you know, what, church? Yeah, church. Yeah, church. Church. If not for the grace of God, I wouldn't be sitting here now. Probably be in jail. I'd have probably shot somebody because I'm a very good shot. I'd have probably done something that I'd have regretted. I'd have probably gone down that stereotypic road that a lot of black guys went down. But no, God had a better plan for my life. Yeah. And for those people who reject me, and for those people who think that they, you know, I'm some sort of soft touch or some sort of idiot, do you know what? They're entitled to that opinion. All I ask is that you keep it to yourself. I don't need to know what you think of me. I'm not interested in what you think of me. What I do know is familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And what I do know is the world's full of haters, Payman.
And when someone hates you, it's because you're doing something right. They're jealous, they're envious, they don't have the balls to themselves. That's what they.
Amen.
You know, another thing that I learned the hard way, the painful way, is that when someone does dirty to you or one of your plans that you had high hopes doesn't pan out, it's not rejection. It's God's way of protecting you. And those people.
Yeah, that's a revelation I've had as well this week, that God's been protecting me. And keeping me from, you know, harming myself, and damaging myself.
The people that show the true colors, that become mean, that cannot appreciate your kindness, your generosity, your humanity, your good heart, they're actually doing you a favor. So you should tell them, thank you for showing me your true colors. Thank you for sparing me further heartbreak down the road. I release you with care and love. You're releasing them not for themselves, but for you, for your own peace of mind. Because one of the things my parents always taught us is never hold grudges, because when you have grudges, the only person hurt is you. The other person is living rent-free in your head while they completely forgot about you, don't even care about you. So release them with care and love.
Absolutely.
For your own protection, for your own sanity.
Absolutely.
And whatever they may say, Who cares? Just like the wind, say it. It doesn't affect me.
Absolutely.
Don't give them the power. If you give them the power, if this is something that you don't like, it's going to affect you, please, I'm begging you, don't give them that power. You have the power to remove that power from them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, my friend. And thank you so much for that, Payman. You that has lifted me up. You are so right. You know, I know who I am and I know what I am. And I know
that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Very, very rare. You will not find someone like me standing on every street corner. That I know. You know, yeah.
And those that truly matter, they do know you. They will be by your side.
That's
and
right.
those that do not, it's okay.
Absolutely.
Not everybody is meant to be on the same wavelength as you. Not everybody in football is supposed to be on your team.
That's right.
It's
That's
okay.
right.
If they play a different team, respect the rule, respect them. They respect you. If they don't respect you, that's fine. That's their prerogative.
Yeah.
Me and you, we cannot change what people think, what people say, but you can change and control what you think and what you do, what you behave, and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what amazes me, you know, Payman, is you meet people and you talk to them about God, and they look at you like you're some kind of fool or some kind of, I don't get it. And they look at you, you say, well, you know, occasionally I go to church.
Lost. They
lost. Yeah, and they look at you like you're a fool, you know, and you think, really? Really? Because I say I do God, that makes me weak, that makes me wishy-washy, that makes me less of a man. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy, Payman. It's a state of mind. I just, you know, I don't get them. I don't understand.
You know, Trevor, it's because
you go to church or because you believe in God. If they think that makes you weak, they really missed the plot. You know, that makes me so strong. It's just not true. I will take down anybody in my way. You know.
You know why they say that? You know why they say that?
And I'm going to drop him, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop him, you know, because I'm not scared of, you know, I don't fear. I don't walk with fear. You can't come up to me and threaten me.
No.
You know, because I walk with a God that will let me I will drop you. You know, and people who think like that because you express, you know, your faith, or because you want to maybe pray, or you want to pray over your food before you eat, and people think that's a weakness. Wow.
You know why they say that, Trevor, is because two reasons. One, they're lost. And second of all, because unfortunately we live in a society of devil worshippers, and to be cool, you need to be worshiping the devil and renouncing God. That's why they're trying, just like in high school, the kids that try to be cool by following the cool kids. Same thing here as an adult. They want to be seen as cool, meaning they want to be devil worshiper, doing all those whatever sign they do with the fingers, and you know what I mean, like this, you know, because of those reasons.
And you know what it is as well, Payman? What I found out with those people is they don't know what bad is. They don't know what being bad is.
They lack the moral compass.
Yeah, they think that being bad is, you don't know what being bad is. You ain't never been in a situation where you've been shot at. You ain't never been in a situation where you're outnumbered. You ain't ever been in a situation where you have to fight for your life. What do you know about bad? What do you know about bad? But that's the experience you need. You need to get an experience where you go through something where at the end of the day, God brings you out.
Or living on a couch for months at a time on $20 a week.
When there's bullets flying all around you, that you don't know. They don't know bad, Payman.
No.
Because it's people who know bad realize that the only right way to go is good, and that's me. I know bad.
Yeah.
I know what good is because I've done bad. And in the defense of myself, I've had to do some stuff I wasn't proud of. But I talk from experience. I'm a good man, and that's what I'm going to stay. Because in all of us, there are two beasts. There are two wolves. Which one do you feed? Which wolf do you feed? Payman, you know? This is something else that I had up a while ago. You know, in all of us, there are two wolves. Which wolf do you feed?
Mm-hmm.
Wolf do you feed? I'm trying to find that feed now as we speak, you know, so that I could just let people understand what this thing is about. And I will find it, and I will find it. And yeah, we can keep talking, and I'm just going to go into my library because I want to, I really want to share this. Where are my favorites? Yeah, which wolf do you feed? Oh, I just so wish I could find it. And I don't want to hold up our interview, but I'll keep looking for it as we speak.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. Yes, yes, my friend. It's, you know, yeah, yeah. Which wolves do you feed? There are two wolves in all of us, Payman. One wolf is evil. It is anger. It is jealousy. It is greed. It is resentment. It is feeling inferior to others. It is lying. And it is stroking your ego because deep down you are really insecure. The other wolf in you is good. It is joy. It's peace. It's love. It's hope. It's humility. Humble yourself. Don't exalt yourself. It's kindness, not showing off. It's empathy for people. But above all, it is truth. Two wolves inside of you. Which wolf wins? Payman, the one that wins is the one you feed. So I know which wolf I'm feeding, because I know inside of me there are two wolves. And the wolf I'm feeding is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. Because I fed the other wolf. I fed the anger. I fed the jealousy, the greed, the resentment, the inferiority, the lies, and the ego. No, that wolf's dead in me. But I still see that wolf in a lot of people. People don't know me. They don't know me and they want to judge me. And I meet people and I meet them and they see this nice, soft, kind, daddy. You don't know me. But I know which wolf I choose to feed because I know inside of every human being there are two wolves.
You know, Trevor, another thing I learned is let them underestimate you. So let them underestimate you, and then they will be in for a rude awakening.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. So, Payman, thank you for allowing me to take this time up just to express that this week.
It's all mine.
You know, how I actually feel. It's, you know, I'm proud of me. I'm happy with me. Even the mistakes I've made, I'm happy with. You know, because they make me, they shape me, they define me. I learn from them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy because I've achieved what others want to achieve. I've been where others want to go, and I've done what others want to do.
You know what is one of the best definition of success I've ever read? The most successful person is the person who's failed the most, who's made the most mistakes.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, absolutely. And you know, life ain't about getting knocked down, Payman. Life's about getting up. How many times have you really been knocked down? I talk to a lot of people. How many times you ain't never, you know, they talk like they've been knocked down. They ain't never been knocked down. They don't know what it's like to be knocked down. But I tell you what I know what it's like to get up.
But just like Mike Tyson says,
yeah.
Like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get knocked in the punch, in the face.
Until I get punched in the face. I don't know what it's like to be punched in the face until I get punched
in the gut. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm quietly optimistic and quietly happy with the future, getting on with it, my friend. And so long as I have wonderful, loving friends like you in my life,
okay,
it's all good. It's all good.
All that matters.
You, Debra Blackman.
Thank you. Yeah.
A few other names that you know I could call, but I'm very cautious about calling names in the podcast. You know, some great friends. I am absolutely loved. and that's what keeps me going. And I'm loved. And even though sometimes I get a bit frustrated at those people who love me, I know I am loved, you know, and I'm
Absolutely.
very, very lucky to have the love that I have because I've been a good man. You know, I didn't want to spend my whole life as you can't spend your whole life as a gangster. You can't. You either feed that wolf and it consumes you, or you change and you feed the other wolf. You know, you can't live your whole life, um, you know, in that way. And I hope that this helps somebody out there to realize it won't pay you. You know, being like that won't pay you. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm really, really happy with me, and I'm happy with what I've achieved, and I'm happy with the relationships that I've had, and I'm happy with the people that I've met. And, long may God continue to bless me in all that I do. And if the
Amen.
haters want to hate, let them hate. And if people want to be jealous, let them be jealous. I can't stop that.
No,
I can't
and you should
stop you
not.
from
Yeah,
feeding that particular wolf. But the one thing you won't see is me becoming like you. So if that's what you're looking for, you need to look somewhere else because it ain't going to happen. I'm
exactly.
staying in my lane and I'm going to be the person that I am. So yeah, that's essentially. Thank you for allowing me to open with that and share.
Pleasure's
And
all
yeah,
mine. Thank you for opening your heart and sharing that. And, as long as at the end of the day, what matters is not what they think. What matters at the end of the day, you can look at yourself in the mirror and a clean conscience. You can lay down, you can sit, and
absolutely.
you're happy with yourself. That's all that matters. Don't let, again, the people were being, whatever, saying those nonsenses, being mean, whatever. They doing you a major service, a major favor by showing the
Yeah,
true colors. Again, when someone rejects you, it's God's way of protecting you because God has better plans for you, much better plans. As long as you're
absolutely.
on Team God, you're invincible.
And the most important thing is to look back on that and think, all I did was good. All I did was good.
If you got peace of
All
mind,
I
look
did
yourself in the mirror and sleep
Yeah,
with a clean
absolutely.
conscience. That's all that matters.
I sleep very well at nights. All I did was good, good, and good.
To the
And
best of your
hey,
capacity and with good intention. That's all that matters.
all that matters. And all I did was good, good and good. And where I could, I helped. And all I
Yeah.
did was good. And I ain't going to beat myself up because I spent my time doing good, you know. So, no, we move on and we move onward, we move upward. We learn from the past, but we don't let it harden our heart.
Yeah. And even the
You know,
people that you wanted to help, but you couldn't help it.
yeah,
What matters, it's the intention. God
absolutely,
can feel that. God
absolutely,
knows that. God is omniscient, omni-knowing,
absolutely,
all-knowing. So again,
absolutely. And yeah, and I do believe that, you know, sometimes God moves to protect you, you know, because sometimes we don't know what's good for us. We think we know what's good for us. You know, it's head over heart.
let me give you a
And
quick example. Quick
please,
example. I love going on walks.
yeah,
And there's large sidewalks here. I was just focusing on my phone and just walking, listening to a podcast. And all of a sudden I feel the urge to literally step aside 1 meter to my left. As soon as I did, a motorbike comes zooming past me. If I hadn't moved, it would have hit
wow,
me.
wow,
Again, God
yeah,
wanted me. One of the things that changed my life is listening to my gut feelings, my hunches, that voice, that intuition.
intuition,
Because that's your soul talking to you. And our soul, Trevor, has two purposes: keep you safe, protect you,
absolutely,
keep you alive, and guide you to the next phase. And I can count endless examples of such a thing. You're doing something unrelated, you get a certain urge. Let's say you're driving, certainly to change lane. And you
yeah,
change lane, next thing you know, the car, there's a flip just in front of you.
absolutely.
These are for me, these are the undeniable proof of God.
I couldn't agree with you more, my
Much
friend.
better than any books or any preacher or whatever and any priest can say. They have their place, but for me, it's the what you see in real life in front of you that goosebumps. This is what you see. Wow, there has to be a power much higher, regardless of religion. There's only one God, universal God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that living proof, you know, that intuition. and how we see intuition. I call it, you know, an African term many years ago that I learned. It's your asili. It's your inner God. We are all created in the image of God, in the likeness of God. We are all God's children. That means we are gods. We are created in the likeness of God, and we have intuition. We have something inside of us that tells us when something is right and when something is wrong intrinsically. We do. It's whether or not you want to engage with that. We have a lot more than 5 senses. And I live with my intuition. And I'm the one thing, you know, a lot of people have asked me the secret to my success. Payman, it's intuition. I can intuit. I'm very, very, very intuitive. I can look at somebody and watch how they move and watch how they go about things and pick things up very, very quickly. The amount of people I've said, oh, but did you do this or did you do that or did that happen? And they look at me like, how did you know that? Because I've been blessed with intuition. I see, I process, I evaluate. I'm no fool. I've got that inner God in me that will tell me what you're about and what you're up to and what you're doing and whether you're right or whether you're good or whether you're bad. So I live on that, and that's been the secret to my success. I can, you know, once I get into somebody's energy, I can work out pretty quickly what sort of person they are, you know. So I only wish sometimes I acted off of that in a better way. Because sometimes, you know what it's like, and sometimes even when you intuit something, you overwrite it, you know. You see a red flag, but for various reasons, you don't go with it. It's human nature. It's head over heart. And, you know, and your intuition, your gut, always go with it. Always go with it. Because it'll always be right. It'll always be right, you know. Yeah. The asili, the inner core.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I roll with that, and that's what I roll with every day, you know, and that's what's kept me going. I'm very intuitive. I work things out real quickly.
Oh yeah.
And I've used that to my advantage. As you have, my friend. You know, you talk to a lot of people with your podcasts. You know, you've done so many of them. It's gone into the hundreds. And after you have interacted with them over a period of time, Payman, you know who good people and bad people are. You know who's genuine and who isn't. You know who's playing to the crowd or who's playing to God.
Oh yes.
You know who's good or bad. You know who really wants to see a good world, a positive world, a world where you know, people aren't judged by the color of their skin, by their gender, by where they come from, by whether or not they're in a wheelchair, you know, by whether or not they're educated. You know, we want, that's the world I want. I don't know what kind of world other people want, but that's the world I want. I don't want a world full of arrogance and self-centeredness and greed and jealousy and envy. I don't want a world like that. I don't want to know people like that. People who think they're better than other people. People who want to be in inner circles and you know, who want to look down on others. I don't want to be part of that crew. I'm not interested in being in your crew. I don't want to be part of that. Because there are an awful lot of people in the world like that, you know, think they're better than other people. And they're not. They're no better than anybody else, you know. But God has a way of sorting people out, Payman. You know, God has a way, you know, all those people who, Trevor the soft touch because he believes in God. God made me successful. God made me powerful. God made me fear no man. So, you know, if you consider all of that to be weakness, what can I say? Because that's what it's made me. You know, God brought me wealth. God brought me success. God brought me beautiful children, beautiful grandchildren, beautiful friends, beautiful material possessions. God brought me. you know, and I don't have to look down on anybody or feel I'm better than anybody. Yeah,
That's it.
I don't, absolutely. I don't have to ratify myself. I don't have to feel good based off of putting down on somebody or feeling that I'm better than somebody, Payman. I just be me. I like being me. I like being Trevor. I like being kind. I like helping. I like loving. I like caring. I like being humble. Yeah. I like dancing. You know, I like music. Yeah. I like my food. I like traveling. I like trying to make a difference. I like trying to help people. I like trying to see people better their lives. I like seeing people educate themselves. I help anybody who wants to educate themselves. You know, it's a passion of mine because of what education did for me. Education is why I'm here now. You know, the gangster road or the educated road. I know which one I choose. I know which one God wanted me to choose. You know, and that's the road I've gone down. So, you know, it is what it is. And I can only pray for all of those people around me. And I just hope that God, in his wisdom, does, you know, does start to impact on your life and just start to show you where you're going wrong, or maybe even show you where you're going right, you know, depending on how you see things. But if anybody ever expects me to deny my faith, quote unquote, Payman, they can go and piss in the wind.
Well said, brother. Well said. Absolutely.
So yeah, and I don't know if piss is a swear word. Do I care? Do I care? But yes, my friend, I know which wolf I'm feeding. You know, and it's not the wolf of jealousy and resentment and bitterness and envy. No, no, I'm not feeding that wolf. I'm feeding the wolf of peace, happiness, love, hope. That's the wolf I feed.
Yeah.
Um, and
Of
yeah,
goodness, inspiration, empowering, uplifting.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Was there anything that you would like to have
Oh, it's
covered?
beautiful. I couldn't agree more with you. I've been in your shoes, you know, I've struggled with that the longest time because just like you, spend the first part of my life just putting my needs on the side for
You just caring
family,
for
for whatever, you know. And
yeah,
I don't blame them because that's what they knew, that's what they know, that's what the cultural conditioning and all that.
mm,
But now that we all have better understanding, we understand that and we just moved on and we don't hold grudges. That's the
that's
key
right,
part, not holding grudges
right, yeah,
and just put yourself first. And that's not being
yeah,
selfish because you need to fill your cup first. If you don't have anything in your cup, you're not in a position to help anyone. If you're
sure,
being taking care of yourself, that's the most altruistic thing you can do for you, for people around you, and for society, because
sure,
you will be an asset. If you're
yeah.
not filling your cup is empty, you will be a liability for everyone around you.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm doing, my friend. You know, in this chapter of my life, I'm looking after me. I'm looking after tea. You know, I'm doing tea. I'm going to do tea. I'm doing me. My life's great. I can travel all over the world. As I
Yeah.
said, I've got so much love. I've got so many things that I can do, so many places I can go.
Oh yeah.
I'm truly blessed. My cup runneth over, my friend. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do me. I really am going to do me. Because like you know, we spend a lifetime caring about others, doing for others, because we think that's the right thing to do. And sometimes I think we do that because we kind of pay penance for the times that we weren't nice. So we spend a bit of time thinking,
Mm.
I've got some ground to make up, because there's a time when I wasn't very nice. So now I need to be nice. But then you get to the stage and think, well, actually, you need to be nice to yourself before you can be nice to anybody else.
And before
And
others can be nice to you,
yeah,
because
before
we
others can,
project
yeah, and
with
before people can
frequencies.
really see who you are and value what you are, you know, no matter what in life, a lot of people they won't value you, you know, and like they say, you never know what you've had until it goes, you know.
Mhm.
So some people won't value you, but they'll look back in their lives and they'll think, wow, you know, maybe I took this for granted, maybe I took that for granted, because we all do that, you know. But yeah, I'm doing me, my friend, and I'm enjoying doing me. But at the same time, it will not stop me from caring, helping, giving, because that's the good wolf. And that's the wolf. It's a wolf, but that's the wolf I feed. Yeah. You know, and you are such a wonderful man. And yeah, I was hoping to spend a bit of time, you know, talking about the other situations. You know, we've got a new government, you know, that's come in the UK since I've last spoken to you. So, you know, there are a lot of changes taking place, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which way a lot of this stuff goes. I've been nominated. I don't know if I mentioned in the last podcast, but I've been nominated for an award. National Black Talent Award. So I've been nominated in the senior leader category.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. I'm honored. I'm really, really honored to be nominated by my peers. That's the sort of award I won. The people who give out OBEs and MBEs are not my peers.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, this is more valuable to me than any OBE or MBE.
Totally.
You know, so I do, you know, I feel that there is a God shining down on me.
Amen.
And, you know, I couldn't have gotten through to the finals. I'm in the finals. And I wouldn't have gotten through to the finals for the Senior Leader Award if, you know, the past 30 years of what I've done warranted it. So it's made me reflect and realize I've done a lot of good, and I'll continue to do a lot of good. And I've given up a lot. I've given a lot of service. I've given up a lot of my time. I've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of people. How many people can genuinely say they've done that?
Yeah, not many.
All these people are criticizing other people. Who you helped recently? You help yourself. That's who you helped. You know, when you put something, you do something thinking you're helping others. No, you're helping yourself. You're feeding your ego. That's what you're feeding. But when I sit down with somebody and help them do an assignment, or help them do a piece of academic writing, or spend 2 hours on the phone with them, mentoring them, or encouraging them, I'm not feeding my ego. I'm doing good. You know, the right hand doesn't tell the left hand what it's doing. I don't do it for praise. I don't do it to be seen. I don't do it, you know, so that people can say, oh, look at him, isn't he? No, no. It was only the other day when I sat down and had to put a load of stuff on paper, I realized, boy, Trev, look at how much you've done that people don't know what you've done. But then you see, that's exactly what God said. You know, never let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Don't do it to please men, do it to please me. And you have pleased me. Yeah. In you, my son, I look at you and I am well pleased. And that's the God I worship. And he looks at you and he says the same thing, Payman. You are my son, and in you I am well pleased. Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Don't let nobody stop you from what you're doing. And when you come up against these evil souls, you don't progress them. Don't give them space. You don't give them the time. But sometimes God will send these people to you for a podcast to be exposed, so that they can be exposed for what they are. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the nature of the work that you do. Your work will bring a lot of light to people, but your work will also expose the dark that is in the world. And you must never stop doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is a great thing.
Thank you, brother.
You know, long may it continue. And
amen.
Maybe the next time out we can focus on some other stuff. I'd like to talk a little bit more about the black history in the UK, the Black youth experience. You know, try and bring some of that to life, because I think we don't have a narrative that's recorded. You know, when we tend to talk about Black history, we tend to talk about America. We don't tend to talk about here. I talk a lot about American stuff as well, because I really want to expose what's gone on in America, why America is the way it is. So that we can really get an understanding in terms of race overall. But also want to talk about the Black British experience, you know,
it's a great,
what it's like to be Black, what it's like to be British, and what it's like to be in this system that chews you up and spits you out, you know. I'm watching it happen to so many people. you work hard, you have a career, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years with a company, and then all of a sudden that company lets you go and it spits you out, and you're left wondering what was that about. And then you try and find another job only to find every door is closed on you. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what this system does to Black men and Black women, how it does that to them, how it takes from them and then it rejects them. And I want
Totally,
to
yeah.
talk,
That's a great topic,
I hope
yes.
that we can have a force hit where I want to talk about that and begin to express what is really going on, the systemic and structural racism that says we can go in at 20 and 30 and have aspirations at 40 and 50, and we can aspire and we can reach the heights of directors or managing directors or CEOs or principals or whatever we want to reach. And then they dump us. Excuse me, that's the computer in the background going.
No worries, no worries.
And then the system just jettisons you.
Yeah.
And you're in a wasteland trying to, pick your life back up. And I want to talk about why that happens and how it happens.
Sure, let's do that. Great topics.
So I would love to talk about that as a topic and just to shed some light as to why I continue to see this. I see Black people in the UK get to 50 and bang, they get hammered. They're made redundant. The system just jettisons them because you know what? You've done your bit. You've made your money. That's it for you. We ain't carrying you any further. And I also want to talk about, I've got some issues of gender that I want to talk about. As much as I'm a man, I've got some issues of gender that I want to talk about, because I think that the gender agenda, there's some elements of it that need exposing. I want to talk about that as well. Because I have 3 daughters and 3 granddaughters. And
tell me about it. Yeah.
And, people think that all of a sudden, letting a lot of women into positions of power is going to change anything. I mean, some of the worst racists I've ever met are women. So we need to understand that, just because you open the doors to lots of women, don't mean things are going to change for Black people. Don't mean things are going to change. What it means is you just open the door for a lot of women. And what I'm seeing is that door was open for all women, but now it's getting closed, and it appears to be a door that's narrowing for Black women. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Listen, beautiful topics.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe for the next one we can delve into that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll schedule that in the next week or so.
Thanks.
And very welcome. If someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way to do so again?
It's www.gordonfrenchassociates, all one word, gordonfrenchassociates.com. And they can get hold of me through the website.
Okay.
And or they can get hold of me at my website is tgordon, TGORDON, tgordon at gfasso.co.uk. tgordon at gfasso.co.uk. Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you for talking, for opening your heart on a powerful topic. Love that. I agree with you on everything you said. And I'm looking forward to the next one. So I salute you, my brother. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world, your presence, your impact, your wisdom, your smile, your gifts. Remember, you're a gift. You matter. Keep blessing the world, my brother. Keep being you. Keep doing you.
Thank you. And the next time we can talk about the football, because the Spain game was unreal yesterday. And that wonderful 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a picture of him last night. He was held as a baby by Lionel Messi. When Lionel Messi was 18 or 19, he held that boy as a baby.
Wow.
And
I didn't know
that boy is the future of football, came on an equal at 16 years old. And
he broke my heart. It broke my heart because I'm French.
Because you're French. I can imagine, my friend.
But kudos, because it was well-deserved, and you can only say chapeau and well done.
Yeah, well, I got, tonight it's England, so maybe a few more hearts will be broken. Who knows? Who knows, my friend?
Do you think it's coming home, or they're coming home?
Like you, Payman, I've got to support England. Whether or not they can pull it off tonight against the Netherlands, who are playing some serious football, remains to be seen. But my heart has to stay with them in the way that my heart has to stay with Lewis Hamilton as next year he goes to Ferrari. And it made my day to see him win at Silverstone.
Oh, yes.
You know, so that was just awesome. I, shed a tear for him as well on Sunday. I was just so happy for Lewis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in exactly the same way, my heart is going to leave Mercedes and go to Ferrari. In exactly the same way, my heart's with England. I pray the boys can pull it off. I pray they can. I'd love to see them in the final against Spain.
That would be a good one.
It will be a good one. But let's just see what happens. Yesterday the French had it in the bag, though. They had it in the bag.
The problem with us is the team are completely. They look like completely exhausted.
Yeah,
the coach Deschamps. I think we have to be grateful for him. But after 12 years, it's time for him to leave, and we need fresh new ideas. We're all waiting and dreaming of Zidane to take over. Sure. Because it's criminal, and that's what all French people think. It's criminal to have this kind of talent and play this kind of boring, horrible football that Deschamps has been played. I was ashamed of the way France was playing this tournament. We made the final scoring only one goal.
Yes.
That was a penalty.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. Seriously, that was shameful, and I'm grateful for Deschamps, but time has come for him to step down. And let the genius Zidane take over. With Zidane is going to be showtime. I can't wait.
When Zidane manages France, you're going to win everything. That is Zidane is the man. And when
we need him for World Cup 2026. We need him for that.
Yeah, I'll support France when Zidane is.
And you guys need also a proper coach, because you guys seeing England coached by Southgate is like giving a Ferrari to a 12-year-old. It's like we can't even ride a bike. Seriously, that team honestly is not doing any coach. The players are self-coaching themselves, the team.
Yeah. Well, as you said, it's all by God's grace, my friend. So I'll be watching the game tonight, and the next time we talk, we'll be able to finish this debate up.
Hopefully, it's going to be a celebratory conversation for you, with England finally winning the first trophy since what, 60, almost 70 years.
Please,
Yeah.
Wouldn't I like to see
maybe before you were even born? You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, 66. I was 7 years old. So.
Oh, okay. Do you remember anything from that?
Very little.
Was it a big celebration when they won the World Cup after that?
I had very little. I mean, the first World Cup I really engaged with was 1970 with Pele.
Oh, what a World Cup! What a World Cup!
That was an unbelievable World Cup.
And that's the king of the kings. Yes.
That's the one I really remember. Brazil winning that final. I do.
Greatest team ever.
That was my first football kit. Was a Brazilian kit. So
greatest World Cup ever. Great.
I bought the Man United kit. I had my Brazilian kit, and I was so proud of that Brazilian kit. Yeah, I saved up, and my mum gave me some money, and I bought my Brazilian. Yeah. Payman, bless you, man.
Bless you too, my brother. Keep shining your light. Don't let those naysayers get into your way. Remember, you're on Team God, and you're bound to. We cannot. Losing is not an option.
No, sir. Thank you.
Keep being you. You're very welcome.
I will. I won't change.
No, please don't. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a fantabulous day.
You too, sir.
Good luck, England.